What's next for Bitcoin? What's the latest news with Solana and low cap altcoins? Watch today's whole video. Because with Bitcoin, there are now $11 billion in shorts waiting to be liquidated if Bitcoin reaches 73,000. And shorts being liquidated is bullish, meaning if Bitcoin breaks out into the green and those shorts get liquidated, we explode higher. Yet, if Bitcoin trades below this red zone, below about $59,000, longs get liquidated, suppressing the price lower. The leverage in the system is building. As Bitcoin continues in this sideways summer, what comes next for Bitcoin and what catalysts should we look to? Well, institutional demand for the US Bitcoin ETFs enters its fifth straight day of negative, fifth day of outflows for US Bitcoin ETFs, with $140 million out as of yesterday. Now let's remember, this is a trailing indicator. It's not a leading indicator. This tells us what's already happened. Also, one of these days was a national holiday in the US, so the ETFs were closed. Although, then I'm not sure why that day reads as negative. Globally, accumulation is happening. Over $1 million of inflows today on day one of VanEck's Australia Bitcoin ETF. VanEck's first ever listing of a spot Bitcoin ETF on Australia's stock exchange this week could help bring $1 billion of assets under management into Aussie digital asset ETFs, equivalent to around $72 billion in US dollars. This on top of our estimates of $1 billion from the Hong Kong markets and $1 billion for South Korea, adds up to $3 billion potential dollars for the Asia-Pacific region. So again, for every seller, there's a buyer. For every weak hand that wants to offload, there's a long-term holder, potentially, a diamond hand they're offloading to. And just in, Dell CEO and billionaire Michael Dell posted this picture of the Cookie Monster eating Bitcoin. The picture says it all, and his retweet of Michael Saylor, Bitcoin is digital scarcity, says it all. Game theory is playing out. They're starting to realize. Dell adding Bitcoin on their balance sheet soon. And here's why this is significant. Because Michael Dell is the 14th richest man in the world, and now he's talking about Bitcoin. What are the chances he knows number 1 through 13th? Also, while some people may say that Dell is no longer relevant, Dell is doing $9 billion in EBITDA per year, doing fantastic. And while Michael Dell is still the majority owner, meaning he can still make the decisions, Dell is sitting on $6 billion in cash. Now he's posting about Bitcoin.
Dude, you're getting a Dell.
Also, major news for altcoins. A spot Solana ETF application has been filed in Canada. 3iQ plans North America's first Solana ETF, and 3iQ Digital Asset Management is a Canadian investment firm. This has huge implications for a Solana ETF in America, in the US, eventually, as just like with Bitcoin and Ethereum, it first happened in Canada. And the proposed fund, named QSOL, will be listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange and aims to track the price movement of Solana's native crypto, SOL, against the US dollar. Now, will this get approved? Time will tell, but staking yields does appear to be a part of this, meaning if you invest in the ETF, they'll stake the Solana for you, and you can get those passive yields just by holding. This would set a major precedent, as right now the US they're appearing not to allow staking yields for the ETH ETF. Also, news for Polygon and Cookie 3. Keep in mind, as we go through this list, I am invested in these altcoins. But first, Cookie, collaboration announcement. Cookie 3 and Polygon are collaborating to inject new projects into the Cookie ecosystem. Together, we are integrating a crucial AI data layer to enhance data-driven decisions across Polygon-based projects. But why this is pretty interesting is because Polygon wants data. They don't want to guess anymore. Just as a reminder, what is Cookie? Cookie 3 is an AI data layer and MarketingFi protocol that bridges businesses, KOLs, and Web3 users. What problem do they solve? The cookie ecosystem finds unique ways to connect relevant audiences with the right Web3 projects and rewards both through incentivized data sharing. Basically, when they say marketing fi, they just mean that businesses want to market, they want to find the right KOLs, they want real users, they don't want bots. What if you had a data aggregate layer that showed you all of this? The ecosystem's 3 platforms help marketers better understand their users, tailor marketing campaigns, and ensure marketing budgets are sent to quality users via advanced AI-powered analytics. So again, the news today is Polygon officially sees the value. They are collaborating across Polygon-based projects. If you guys want to take advantage, anyone is able to stake Cookie for endless airdrops. Lingo has recently been announced. When the Lingo Coins airdrop comes, some of it will go directly to Cookie stakers. And last but not least, they have started their 60-day first movers campaign launch. 120 API in that pool for early stakers. So if you're looking to farm some airdrops, definitely an option to consider. Also Aether. Actually first, Nvidia. Nvidia surpasses Microsoft, becoming the world's most valuable company by market cap. Aether is a crypto project that has joined the Nvidia Inception program. Just as a reminder on what Aether is, building scalable, decentralized cloud infrastructure for gaming and AI. So decentralized cloud storage. Aether's vast supply of Nvidia's H100 GPUs, the largest in the DePIN ecosystem, offers limitless scalability for our clients to drive AI innovation.
A large amount of enterprise GPUs are actually underutilized, right? So if you look at enterprise GPU usage,
and founder of Aether explains how they're able to grow and how they work.
Right. So if you look at enterprise GPU usage across data centers in the US, for example, they're sitting at anywhere between 15 to 18% utilization on average. So almost 80% underutilization across this infrastructure. And this is incredibly expensive infrastructure. Right, one H100 server is around $300,000 US, right, depending on what spec you choose, and then plugging it in to a data center and paying for the electricity, the bandwidth, the rack space is again incredibly expensive. So underutilization within that context is a really kind of expensive condition, right, with a lot of impact on your bottom line as a business. So what we're able to do is effectively knock on the doors of companies that have a large amount of this compute and say, hey, we know that you probably have a portion of your compute that's underutilized. How would you like to very, very simply connect that up to our network? We'll match it with a global kind of network of demand, right? And we'll reward you instantly.
So one of the many reasons I'm bullish on decentralized cloud storage and specifically Aether, I actually did this little breakdown for the subscribers of Altcoin Daily on Twitter. I shared the #1 DePIN altcoin I'm accumulating right now. So it has 20 times more GPUs than the Render network. It has 45 times more TFLOPS compute power than Akash network, 31 times more infrastructure capital committed than Akash and Render network combined. Like I mentioned, tons and tons of infrastructure, and that is why I am not only running several nodes, I'm an early investor, I just want to keep you abreast of things I find interesting. And because Aether has the largest GPU network and highest committed revenue within the DePIN sector, Aether holds the keys to global GPU compute, which is arguably the most valuable and most disruptive asset, compute, in history. By the way, if you're looking for a great place to buy, sell, or trade altcoins, check out exchange partner Bybit and get up to $30,000 worth of deposit bonuses with code Altcoin Daily. And my brother and I will be on stage this year for Bitcoin Nashville main stage. Come out and hang with us, come out and support us. And there's 7 days until ticket prices go up, so use code Altcoin Daily for 10% off. Link down below. See you tomorrow.